Hey everybody, it's Chris here, and welcome to the second episode, I guess you could call it, of the little series that I'm doing at the moment called No Dedication is Good Enough, where I detailed my specific battles with depression and anxiety that I've had for over a decade now. So, first off, I thought I'd say thank you very much to everyone who gave the last video a chance. And all your comments, thank you very much. Don't worry, I am doing okay at the moment, as it has been a couple of days since the last video went up. And I honestly was surprised about sort of the amount of people that watch my videos who are suffering through the same issues. It really does make you feel that you're not alone fighting this out, and that I think is what a lot of people have problems with. Is they feel like they're doing this alone, when they may think they are, but more than likely there are people who are trying to be there for them. And if you do have like depression or anxiety, more than likely you're pushing them away because you don't want their sympathy, or you don't want them to worry, or something like that. You don't want pity, or you don't want to worry them. You don't want to burden them with your problems because, well, they've got their own. Everyone in life has their own problems. But yeah, so thank you to everyone for all the comments they put through in the last installment, and I'm so happy that a lot of you have given this a chance, because I have wanted to do this sort of series for a couple of months now. So I'm happy that, I guess, the pilot episode was very well received, so thank you very much for that. So we're going to our next topic here. I had two choices for this topic, but I think this one's probably more recent to talk about, which is sleep deprivation and exhaustion. So I have been exhausted for months. On honest note, actually probably about 2 years now, I'd say, at least. But I've been absolutely exhausted. Like, if people see my community page or something, they'll notice that I do have very black sort of bags under my eyes, which is one of the main sort of signs that you can tell that someone more than likely is exhausted, or they're not getting enough sleep, or something along those lines. And but yeah, I've been pretty tired for a while. It's gotten to the point now that I'm drinking like energy drinks every day to stay awake and to stay focused, whatever I'm doing. Whether if I've got a day off and I'm doing some recording, I'll have an energy drink or something like that. If I'm working, I usually have maybe one or two more, because I need to try and stay focused as much as I can at my work. Obviously it's not healthy at all to have that. And I understand that, but also, more than likely, if I don't have that, I'll be just like falling asleep in my chair, And maybe I should just have like a day where I just rest, and just get some sleep, as much sleep as I can get. But that's not me. I'm not someone who will lounge around in bed on a day off. I still set alarms when I'm on my day off, and it's not like 10 o'clock. It's I think about 8:30, really. I gotta wake up about 7 for work. So yeah, it's not much of a difference. Like 8:30 to me is a lion. But the problem is trying to get to sleep, and on a lot of occasions I've had difficulties trying to get to sleep. Obviously that's not nice. You need your full quota of sleep to be able to do whatever it is you're supposed to do the day after. There are very few people who can run on so little sleep. And especially in the current weather, people who do not live in the UK, the UK has gone through a blistering heat wave recently. And, well, let's put it this way, I don't do well in heat at all. My core body temperature is higher than sort of the average person. So, in winter, I feel great. I feel great in winter. Winter is my preferred season. Summer I dread because it's just too hot, it's too muggy. Like I've always said that it is much easier to sleep when it's too cold than it is when it's too hot. Because, for example, if it's too cold, there are a lot of things you can do. You can make a hot water bottle. You can just put more clothes on, maybe get another sort of sheet or something, sort of trying to contain that warmth. You could put your heating on. While if it's too hot to sleep, I mean, yeah, you can take clothes off, but what happens when you ain't got any more to take off, essentially, and you're still too hot? And this is probably a big thing that a lot of people, especially in America, won't understand. But a lot of, I'm not sure what it's like in like Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, but definitely in England, a lot of houses aren't fitted with air conditioning. They're not. So we have no form of air conditioning. We've got radiators for heating, but we have nothing for air conditioning or trying to stay cool. More than likely, most households in the UK have at least one fan somewhere. That's the closest thing we've got. It is like a fan, unless you've had the idea and you've got enough money to install an air conditioning unit. Then fair play to you, and I envy you a lot. Over the last couple of weeks, it's been incredibly difficult to try and sleep, and that hasn't helped. Obviously, me getting my any amount of sleep as at all. By the time I finally do get to sleep, it's way too late to get even a good night's sleep. So I blame the sun for that one. And apparently we're supposed to be getting some thunderstorms, but we're supposed to be getting those for the last 3 days, and we've had none. We've had a little bit of thunder, maybe a rain shower for about half an hour, which wasn't even big. But apart from that, nothing. I think about 30 miles down the road they're flooded, but here, nothing. So yeah, weather's weird in the UK. I think I've mentioned that a bunch of times. Weather's weird here. But regardless, when it comes to that though, even if it was like a normal temperature, for some reason I just can't get to sleep until a certain time or something like that. Even though I do feel tired, but sadly it's one of those moments where you feel tired from, like, let's say when you finish work. So I finish work at like 5 o'clock most days, and I feel tired then. But then the moment your head hits that pillow when you're going to bed, you're wide awake, and you're going to be awake for like 2 to 3 hours or something like that. So you just never get the sleep you want. Like, I wish your brain had just an off button, and then it just turns itself on at a specific time. That'd be great. Or something like that, or at least just lets you go to sleep without it being everywhere. And just like random thought coming to your head or something like that, and then you're awake for so long. But obviously that affects who you are if you don't get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation is terrible, and that goes sort of like hand in hand with things like insomnia as well. More than likely, if you haven't had your full quota of sleep, you get easily emotional, you're easily irritable, you get mad a lot more often, and you're just groggy, and you're not focused enough. So that's why I sort of do have like a couple of energy drinks in the morning, just to try and keep myself focused, try and keep myself awake. As I said, some of that isn't healthy, and I am sort of trying to cut it down, failing at it, but I am trying to cut it down. Yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes. Probably won't work, because I'll probably I'll go down to 2 energy drinks in the morning, and then I feel so tired by about 2 o'clock, or something like that. That's usually what happens. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not a fun thing to go through, especially at a workplace that is very demanding. The job that I've got, I've had it for over a year, and obviously during things like the lockdown and and sort of the return of sort of everything, I worked the entirety of lockdown. I was never furloughed. I was never made redundant. I worked the entire way through. I haven't actually had any time off since May, which is okay. It's a decent amount of time that you haven't had time off, but it's not as bad as some. But still, I'm used to sort of like I usually plan my holidays every sort of 3 months or so, just so they're spread out. And I haven't been able to, because, by the time my next holiday would have come up, we'd just come back, pretty much, after working in other places, and we couldn't take any holidays, because of sort of like how busy it was. And, so, I got till October. So, first week of October, I get some time off finally. And I'm probably not going to rest then either. Because, as I said, I don't. I try not. Well, I just don't. I just don't rest. Hence the bags under my eyes. Hence, why I'm always tired, apart from when I'm about to go to sleep for some stupid reason. And just things like that. So yeah, it sort of really lowers your activity. It makes you a lot more emotional. It makes you a lot more irritable. And in the job that I'm in, it's certainly not good to be irritable, because you just start getting irritated by everything. And I've found myself getting irritated by a lot of things, more things than usual. Usually, I'm very understanding, calm, very considerate, but I have noticed that I've gotten sort of like a lot more confrontational, a lot more irritated. I get irritable a lot, I've noticed. A lot of that is because of my work, because of sort of the stress levels at work. For sort of like a couple of months, so that is going down now, which is great. But it was those couple of months where I was losing it. I was completely losing it. And not getting enough sleep certainly doesn't help. So, yeah, but I don't think it's something that's going to end anytime soon. I think, if I do have a sleep where I wake up and feel refreshed, that'll be the day. But for the moment, it's just living through it day by day, and, yeah, just seeing how it goes, I guess. This is me saying this because I'm working until Wednesday at the moment, so, yeah. It's one of those things where you just look to the next day off you've got and go, am I actually going to make it to there? Am I going to crack before then, or something like that? And, well, I hope not. But, well, you never know. You never know with how you are and everything. But I guess I'll see on that one. As I said, I'm hoping to get at least a decent amount of sleep tonight. I'm feeling tired enough. By the way, the time that I'm recording this is 5:32 in the afternoon, so, yeah, I've probably got maybe about 4.5, 5 hours until I want to go to bed. But 10:30 would be great. That would give me 8.5 hours. That'd be brilliant. But I usually get maybe 6, 5.5, something like that. And I know a lot of people can work on that pretty easily without sort of like any form of like caffeine or energy drinks or something, but I can't. not on like 6 hours. No chance. But anyway, guys, so I'm not sure how well received this one's going to be. It's a bit of a different one to the previous. But it does all sort of tie in with, how when you're tired, how much you just don't want to do anything. You're just exhausted, and you just feel like you just reliving the same day, with different results, but the one result remains the same. That remains the same is you're gonna be knackered by the end of it. And well, it annoys me, because I really wish I can just have one night of, a good sleep. I wake up fully refreshed tomorrow morning, even if I'm woken up by my alarm, and I wake up and I feel refreshed, I feel happy, I feel, focused, I feel ready to do whatever it is I'm doing that day, whether I'm working, whether I'm doing recordings, whether I'm doing nothing and I've got to think of something to do. And that usually takes about 7 hours for me to make a decision. But yeah, it does annoy you. It does. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from this installment of... I nearly forgot the name of the bloody series then. No Dedication is Good Enough. Of course it is. And, so I think we'll just put it as a present here now, which is just feel free to put your experiences with sleep deprivation and exhaustion in the comments down below. I'll be a very interesting read. I'm sure it will be. So, I will see you for my next video, which I believe will be more PDC World Championship Darts Pro Tour. That'll be tomorrow. So, I'll see you then.